What up, Bugles? It's your boy Nick Zwotan from Comics Bugle. I want to welcome you here in our channel and in this video. Here I'm gonna take a closer look to this beautiful Justice League The New 52 Omnibus Vol.1. But before I start, let me introduce you our eShop, www.comicsbugle.com, your friendly neighborhood comic book shop in Europe. Except of great catalog of collected, deluxe and absolute editions, epic collection and omnibuses, we guaranteed you eco-friendly Hulkproof packaging, free shipping in EU, and option to pre-order your comic book now and pay for it later. You can also split full price to 4 payments because we know how expensive these books can be. So check it out, www.comicsbugle.com. Don't forget hit that like and subscribe button right here in YouTube, and also check out TikTok and Instagram. Okay, so let's check this big boy out. Justice League The New 52 Omnibus Vol.1. Cover price 125 USD, which is around 118 euros. It has 1072 pages, so it's really massive omnibus and it contains a lot of story. Specifically, Justice League issues 0 through 23, Aquaman 14 through 16, Constantine 5, Justice League of America 1 through 7, Justice League Dark 22 and 23, The New 52 Free Comic Book Day Special Edition, Trinity of Sin Pandora 1 through 3, and Trinity of Sin Phantom Stranger 11. Most of this material was written by Jeff Jones, which is kind of DC golden boy. He writes a lot of comic books for them, for example, his legendary Justice Society of America run, blockbuster Mega Event Infinite Crisis, or legendary Flashpoint. Fun fact about Jones, he started his career as an assistant to movie director Richard Donner, which bring to the big screen first to live action adaptation of Superman. Yeah, I talk about this classic one with Christopher Reeves. But Jones wasn't only writer who contributed to this omnibus. That might be reason this omnibus isn't called Justice League by Jeff Jones Omnibus Vol.1. We have also Ray Fokes, Matt Kind, J.M.D. Mathias, and one of my favorites, Jeff Lemire. So let's look at the cover. It's slightly altered version of Justice League New 52 issue number 1, illustrated by one and only Jim Lee. We have a whole gang together here, and you just can't go wrong with Jim Lee, right? Here's a definition of a top-notch mainstream comic book art. Okay, here we have a spine. It have a minimalistic design with a name of the title on the spine and little art on the top. I actually dig it. I think it looks really cool. And if you own Justice League Dark New 52 Omnibus, you already know they have some kind of a similar design. New 52 Justice League Dark wasn't actually my thing, so I didn't own a copy in my collection. But if you own it, these two will look really cool next to each other on your shelf. In the back cover, we have some classic review citations, some about story, and few good-looking art. When we take Dust Jacket off, we see this beautiful art by Tony S. Daniel. Clark and Diana kissing was quite controversial at the time because it doesn't feel the right for most of readers. Everyone just know Clark and Lois is a right and true love. But DC was trying to do a new stuff with this New 52 initiative, and I will talk about whole New 52 thing a little later in this video. When we open the book, we have a Batman v Superman art by Jim Lee right here, an opening page with a big bad Darkseid. I really like it, he looks ominous and badass. We also see classic credit page with a list of people who works on series. Omnibus also contains page with a table of content, and I'm really glad we see number of pages with each issue. I really like when omnibuses have this kind of table content. With it, it's really easy to find a story if you want just read a specific story and not a whole run. After this pages is here introduction by Dan Didio, former publisher on DC Comics, and he mentioned here one interesting thing. Justice League actually never had their own origin story before. Avengers have that with a classic story with Loki, but Justice League actually never had their origin story told before New 52. Okay, let's talk about New 52 for a little. New 52 was a kind of soft restart of the whole DC universe. Big bosses in DC Comics was trying to get a new generation of readers, and with the New 52 they provide them great starting point. Every series start with a brand new issue number 1. Also, Lives of Our Beloved Hero was set 5 years back which means a lot of stuff we read before didn't happen, and a lot of stuff we read before happened but by a different way. It was creating a lot of opportunity for creators and also a lot of headache for us, long-time readers. From weave of a DC big continuity, All New 52 was consequences of Flashpoint event, in which Barry Allen was trying alter a timeline and it's caused a lot of troubles. One of them was actually the New 52. Yeah, now after Rebirth, we know it wasn't actually Barry's fault and it wasn't caused by Flashpoint, but at the time everybody just blames Barry. On the other hand, one of the perks of the New 52 was we finally get Origin of Justice League, which is the first story in this omnibus. And it's also set the tone of whole series. Jones provide big, bold, blockbuster action comic book, which you might even call fast food comics. It means it's nothing what makes your mind sharper or force you to use your full brain capacity. It's just fun, action-packed comic book, and let's be honest, it's tasty, it's look great, and everybody loves that kind of stuff and kind of fun from time to time. In Origin story, we see Darkseid's first attempt to invade Earth, and that will force its superhumans to work together. Most of them have really big egos, and it takes the time and a lot of efforts for them to work like team. That is actually basic dynamic of Justice League and main team with John's work in this omnibus. It is kind of refreshing to see Lantern, Aquaman and others struggle to find their right place in a team. And for being like that, it's feel kind of realistic, which is interesting take because Jones present them here like gods among mortals. They are like pantheon and each one of them is bigger than life. And there is also Batman, mortal with no superpowers, and others, especially Hal Jordan, makes fun of him because of it. Bickering between Hal and Bruce is often funny, but I have one issue with Jones and his way of writing Batman. He always presents him like a big bully and jerk, and his Justice League is no different. Second story is Villain Journey, and this one is actually most forgettable. It wasn't bad, but it doesn't stand up, and it's about the consequences of Darkseid attack, especially consequences for ordinary people. On the other hand, third story is so awesome. We get a crossover with Aquaman series, which was also written by Jones, and many calls it one of the best Aquaman runs of all time, and I'm one of them. Jones' Aquaman is dope, and if you didn't read it already, do it soon. Here we are on the brink of war between Earth and Atlantis, and between all of this is poor Aquaman who tries to bring everybody to their senses. I love this story. It's fun, exciting, it has twists, and it's one of the highlights of this omnibus. I'm also happy Omnibus contains Shazam miniseries, which was included in form of bonus story in issues of Justice League 7 through 11, 0, 14 through 16, and 18 through 21. As a collected edition, it was released in their own paperback, and it wasn't part of paperbacks and hardcovers of Justice League collected editions. So I was really hyped when I found out Omnibus contains this story. It is well written, fun story, and 2090's Shazam movie was actually sort of adaptation of this meaning. Omnibus also contains first 7 issues of Justice League of America series, where we see as Amanda Waller is trying to build her own Justice League. Just in case if OGs breaks bad. Yeah, we all know Waller too good for buying that, right? But JLA is kind of a badass team with members like Hawkman, Catwoman or Mansion Manhunter. And which is important, this issues along with a great storyline from main Justice League series, setting up board for the first big crossover event of the New 52, Trinity War. I don't want you give any spoilers in case you didn't read Trinity War before, so I'm gonna try to be vague as I can. What I can say is, in Trinity War we don't get battle between Batman, Superman and Wonder Woman, which name of event can suggest. No, we get a war between Justice League, JLA and Justice League Dark. Omnibus also contains all tie-ins, which are a little weaker than main event, but it's also good they're included. Because of them, we get some backup story on some supernatural players in a war. Main event is really good, and it was co-written by Jones and Lemire, and both of them are just great writers. So be prepared to get a big action adventure full of magic and twists, and oh boy, that cliffhanger in the end, whoa, it just set up Omnibus Vol.2 in a big way. In last pages we can see variety of variant covers by a lot of artists and character sketches and covers by Jim Lee. That's all I can say about Justice League, the new 52 Omnibus Volume 1. In next video we check Volume 2. Thank you for watching. Please let us know in the comment section what other omnibuses or collected edition you want to see in our videos. Don't forget smash that like and subscribe button, and see ya, Bugles!